I saw some folks in chat, right? They were kind of shocked that no one had heard of Crossfire. Fun, just little old man golden boy story. Casted a Crossfire tournament with my boy Gex way back when in WCG. And I was really interested by the game because you're seeing a lot of players that were kind of like transplants from other games coming in and looking for that opportunity, right? In a game with maybe a decent amount of prize pool. It's kind of the same thing here in Valorant, where a lot of players are coming in from different games, just looking for the opportunity because you never know what you're going to be able to get out of it. Players like Sinatra from the Overwatch League, or the recently announced Zachary going to the FaZe clan, and now Supamen here for coming from Crossfire. It's insane to see the talent that's out there and what's still not all that known to us right now. But in any case, though, the action unfolds and the B site taken over completely here by Homeless. Be able to place that spike down. No one has fallen just yet, as Cloud9 are going to work the backside here in the B hall. Now we're going to burst out of this door, checking the corners with Blast Pack. Shinobi and Vice, though, are able to make quick work of Superman and dephh. And the wall's out. That wall's going to be pretty big. It's going to take a sizable effort to be able to break through that. And they are not going to be able to do so, given that there's just all these guns pointed at the doorway. Smart play there to give up the site, come back in, take it with authority, and they will be able to get that first round win.
I love the purchase of the wall as well. You don't always see Sages purchase walls, but I think it is right. Like, you can do so much with it, and it can win you rounds pretty much like we just saw there. Being able to just pop that wall down, go straight onto the defuse, and then just trust your teammates to protect you. And basically just have free fire on everyone who's going to be like, we need to shoot down the wall, we need to take down the wall immediately. And it was easy pickings once they got to that point. So a good start for Cloud9 here. And on the side of Homeless, well, they'll just have to revisit maybe that starting strategy, and maybe a couple of post-plant positions could be a little bit different so that it's not that easy to wall them off.
An aggressive angle being held on B, and it's actually going to be punished. Poised gets the better of Relyks there, prompting mitch to back away as Shinobi gets the kill on dephh. You got 4 players stacked here. Mitch is going to be met with a flurry of bullets. Will actually have to back away from this one. Luckily has some teammates there to back him up. Difference now, they're all going to be fighting out of hookah rather than before, where they were coming out of that defender side. And then TenZ wraps around the corner. Poised with 3, by the way. He's been fragging out this round, looking for another, but he doesn't get it. Psalm's there to back his teammate up, but it's Mitch, ever the reliable one, helps his team to get their second round win.
Mitch is one of those players who plays Sage in the way that I think people should be playing Sage. He doesn't have that fear. He doesn't have that mindset of, I'm a support character and I need to make sure I survive until the end of the round so I can heal every one of you. It's not that case for him. He says, actually, I'm going to use Sage for her strengths. I'm going to utilize these slow orbs. I'm going to use my walls and my best ability to help not just myself, but my team at the same time. And I think the fact he knows when to transition from kind of focusing on his own gameplay and then when to be that support character is what makes him so good on Sage.
It's like a transitioning role almost, and Psalm, a rough start for him, will fall to Vice's Bulldog. They do have a res, though, which they can opt to use. That's going to be because Poised just dominated early in this game. Those 2 pistol rounds have really fared favorably for the Sage. And there's the res. Smart to just get in there with the nade. They will get out of that, though, so Psalm will fight again. I mean, he was banged up, though. They get that res.
I don't think the Homeless will mind too much. They lost the opening pistol. They did the same against T1. They actually lost both pistol rounds against T1 on bind and still went on to win that game 13-10. So I'm sure they'd like to do something similar here. You can see they're stacking towards the A site right now. And they are just getting all of the utility out of the opposition team. Mitch does get the opener onto dephh, though. dephh often flanking on that one side, and now the rest of the team, they try and push onto A site. It's not going to work out. It's just too strong a hold from C9.
That was clean, and the Guardian from Heaven, that gun is great. It's not something we get to see all the time. Oh, okay, Laski, calm down for a moment there. 1v3. He's making some noise, and the Brim will hear him. Won't be shocked if he does this. Relyks actually pokes out, but he does not. So Laski just goes back. No time for him to work with. And that'll be 3 in a row for Cloud9. Laski, though, able to take some guns away from people and make them pay for the next round. Nothing all that crazy, though. C9 continue their winning ways. And that Guardian from Heaven, that was nasty.
If you can put the right player in Heaven, whether it's Guardian or a Vandal, just anything that can one-tap, it is so difficult to push up short on A. Like, you won't be able to get to lamps. You can't cross unless you smoke off Heaven, because people could just one-tap you for fun. As long as they're good at it, and, you know, at this level, at this stage of a tournament, pretty much everyone knows how to hit those headshots. They know those angles they need to be watching, where to be pre-aiming at this point. It's a 3-0 lead for Cloud9. Yes, okay, Homeless are able to save one Phantom, so it's just going to be Laski trying to do a little bit of damage here in Showers. He is just going to opt to get the ultimate orb as dephh pushes through. Poised is there to take down Relyks, so they've got the opening frag at least.
With the Sheriffs and only Laski rocking that Phantom, that's going to be the kit that they're starting things off with. And Laski's going to be on the opposite side here of TenZ, but we jump over to Shinobi's perspective now. They get the dedicated Sova for this team. Spot 2 going to be lingering about by B long. They have that potential option to just port over, but it's Psalm, and it's what a shot from him. Shinobi's there for the pickup though. Here comes Hunter's Fury right onto the Garden, just trying to stop it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, dephh, he caught him. Shinobi, he was looking to just see if he could rain down as many shots with the Hunter's Fury and Garden, but did not expect a player swinging on elbow, and now they're able to get that spike down. Homeless, what a play from them.
Yeah, this is a round that C9 shouldn't really be losing. But it's just these opening frags that were found with Sheriffs, as TenZ now is going to come from behind in hookah and see what he can do, but needs to be careful as there is another raise right on behind him. I don't think he spotted it just yet. There's going to be Laski, and Poised will clean up the final one onto Vice. And there's the first round for Homeless in quite an incredible eco round. I know they do like to favor that B site when they have an eco. Of course, they had the one gun on the side of Laski. There was these opening picks with the Sheriffs and how deadly that kind of single fire at range weapon can be if it's in the right hands. And well, there's some incredible shots that have been able to open up things here for Homeless.
Who'd have thunk it there on the Sheriff round? Getting a little thrifty with it. Poised has been having one heck of a game. Shockingly enough, though, in 4 rounds of play, Supamen has been a non-factor.
My eyes are better than yours.
And that's going to hurt them. As I just mentioned, Poised has been on fire at the beginning of this game.
It does mean they're going to be a couple of men behind, and TenZ gets one onto Laski as well. Psalm will reply, but these opening frags from Sheriffs have just been so strong, and they can make the difference. They can win you rounds. Showstopper available for TenZ as well if he wants to use it. Supamen is going to be creeping his way onto the site. Supamen will take down TenZ, but Vice is there to respond, GB. And these Sheriff rounds, they've been so strong from both sides.
Yeah, and very impressive across the board.
I have retrieved the
dephh, though, has to just go for this one. Maybe a little bait out there, cheeky bait with it. Oh man, could have actually gotten that kill on Heaven instead. Relyks, a good movement, backs him away there right at the nick of time. Mitch, though, is not going to be all that much fortunate.
No more charges left.
And continuing to bait with this. They have a lot of time, and that is just so good. The way that they're playing this. Now, watch out for that molly, though. It could actually burn dephh. Dephh does move away, and he is going to get roasted a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Dephh is there to meet Relyks at the end. That's going to bring things up just by 1 here for Cloud9. But a start that was actually really strong, Gaskin, and you had noted it before, the way that they've been playing these Sheriff rounds. Both teams, I don't know what it is, they just have so much confidence with that weapon.
Just so much one-tap ability. I mean, at least Cloud9 were able to do some damage there to Homeless economy. Can Mitch buy up here? He might be on a weak buy, yet he's just going to opt to go for the Sheriff and a half armor, whereas TenZ is going to be on the opt now. And we'll see whether Cloud9 can pick up a 4th round or whether Homeless can continue to fight back and slowly but surely reset the economy of Cloud9 and start to put some more rounds on the board. Only 6 rounds is what they got on their side attacking against T1.
That was filthy. I don't know if you saw that, but the shock bolt all the way from downtown actually ended up doing damage to TenZ, who was waiting with an op looking at the showers. Just a rat play. You love to see it.
I mean, we saw yesterday just how important some of the like strategic ability that Sam offers, and like the time he's put into a lot of these angles for arrows and whatnot. As Shinobi will get the first frag onto dephh, and now the rest of the team will probably push on with his orbital strike.
They do manage to get on, and a few more kills are going to start to go on for the favor here of Cloud9. Relyks does manage to get that critical kill there, and supamen maybe can start coming alive here. But it's TenZ. TenZ stuffs him and ends him, giving him their 4th round win.
Yeah, they tried to use the orbital strike just to force people out of that B site and away from it, but unfortunately it just forced them right into their sight lines, and it's a decent hold from Cloud9, and they're looking pretty strong on both sides. And that's the scary thing, is when you are attacking on bind and you've gone A, you've gone B, and you've struggled in both sites, you say, well, we don't have a C like we would in Haven, so we need to try and go for something a little bit different. I'd like to see Homeless go to their kind of split A strategy, which we saw a lot of them do in the group stage. They sent like 2 people into showers and 3 people down to short, and they would wait, I don't know, about 45 seconds, and then they would push in. They just try and bait out a little bit of utility before they started getting aggressive and pushing onto the site. They'd smoke the site very deep, they'd smoke off heaven, and then they'd smoke off the back site, which is exactly what they're doing here now, and they've got the showstopper to work with.
Oh no, a lot of ults starting to come online, and look at this, Laski all the way on the other side actually sends a rocket out, but doesn't get any kind of value out of it whatsoever. Relyks gets him instead. TenZ inside of heaven, what a nade there, connects to Poised. It was really no option for him in that instance. Last player, dephh, he was just hanging out by the bench. There wasn't really much he could do there, unfortunately for him. And that was a lot of investment.
It was a lot of investment. I mean, they probably thought they were going to be able to comfortably get on that site, but then it was the showstopper coming out from the other side, and really TenZ showing us what he can offer on this raise. The grenade was on point. He knew exactly where Homeless were going to be pushing.
Yeah.
And they lost a couple just because of that sheer fragging power that Raze has to offer. And TenZ on this Raze, like, is so scary with the op as well. Just being able to like blast pack his way out of windows and then suddenly get a quick scope, and then he can blast pack back out of dodge just like you would do with a jet, to be honest. But it just means you have a little bit more fragging power with the grenade and of course with the showstopper as well.
One of the reasons why you'll continue to see TenZ playing the roles that he's been known for, that high intensity gameplay. He was before playing the Sage for his team, and that changed. TenZ does have a read though as to what's going to be going on here by Shower and Laski. He went for the poke. He thought maybe he could actually take him out there. TenZ was just a little bit to the side, not enough to get the connection though. Smart play, just dropping back to site, waiting to see if anyone else is going to be pushing in. But on the other side, a rotation now starting to happen. Laski's going to continue to work this here.
Trying his best, as Mitch though will catch out dephh, and that's happened time and time again now already in this first map, where dephh has been lurking as he always does as the Cypher, but has been picked off early. But there's the res from Poised, so it's not too detrimental in this round. But now it does mean with 25 seconds left, they need to start heading towards the site. Hunter's Fury will be popped by Sam. Does catch his teammate, but at least he manages to get frag onto Relyks. Now here comes dephh pushing onto site. Neural Theft will allow to find one, and they will, or should, get this plant down, as the other 2 members are going to be rotating from spawn. It's just going to be the lone player of TenZ now on this op here, GB.
Doing his due diligence, checking the corners, does have an op. It'll be that much more challenging though. 1v2, not impossible, but with the way here that dephh is just playing this, and they're also going to have that body in hookah. He's doing the pokes around the corner where you would typically expect him to go to, but Laski from hookah ends him, and they'll benefit from taking that op away from TenZ.
That was a lot better of a push. We've not seen that much success on a B site push for Homeless across this tournament. They've certainly found more success on A site. They've usually tended to go towards B when they're on an eco round, or whether the other team's on low money. But maybe they've noticed a little bit of a weakness, or they've realized that TenZ wasn't playing B site with that op. The op's now going to be shifted over to Mitch for C9 here. So maybe that is them trying to counteract TenZ being avoided here on this map. They say, okay, well, if we give it to someone else, then maybe he can get the opening frag, which he does. dephh again caught out on B long with his pants down, just trying to put a camera up.
Always with the pants down.
Always.
You know, and that's rough because you want to have a belt normally. That ain't going to happen this time around. You have to maybe buy that in your next round.
And it's just a shame for Homeless because they find themselves 4 versus 5 again. This time they don't have the resurrect. They can't pick up dephh. Laski does have the op and is in showers. He's been able to get this orb quite comfortably round after round, which is always going to be a scary factor because Showstopper is such a powerful ultimate. TenZ just having a little jump peek here to see if anyone is popping out of showers, and he does still have the nade available. Those paint shells can do some real damage here to this potential A push, and it is going to be an A push realistically looking at where they're all heading with only 38 seconds left now.
All right, well, here we go. Now this is going to be the push. They start to make their way in. Shinobi is going to be in the backfield. Hunter's Fury does manage to connect with one. TenZ, what a shot, but Sam is there for cleanup duty. Unfortunately for him, it was not going to be a multi-kill. Vice ends that one, and Laski, only player left alive, just has to get out of there. No time remaining. That's going to be the round. They'll still have the op, but the round will go to C9.
6-3. And for Homeless, it's still manageable. They've still got the op. They've been able to have that this round, so they'll probably buy up a couple of weapons around it. No, they're just going to go for the Sheriffs, and we've already seen what damage they can do with the Sheriffs.
There.
I think Cloud9 has done very well at transitioning this op from site to site, just to try and catch Homeless off guard. I mean, we actually heard from the interview when we saw Sentinels and how Shazam was saying he thinks that they found a way to kind of topple this op meta by getting aggressive and pushing onto the sites and not peeking alone, instead always double peeking, always facing together. No one facing with dephh. Again, Mitch gets the opener.
Yeah, Mitch has just been amazing. Every game that we see Mitch play, he's the sage that everyone should be. Rocking this angle here is Laski now. Plenty of time remaining, obviously. 105. A few more shots are starting to go out. That shock dart could actually be a little bit of a problem there. The shock bolt, excuse me. With only the Sheriffs, they have found success with these weapons in the past. And if Laski can continue to hold on to this op, that would, at the very least, good news for them, but I'm sure that they would want to try and convert these into some round wins. With 2 players down, that will be very challenging. Now 33 seconds remaining. Waiting for this poke around Gaskin, and I don't think they're going to give them what they're looking for.
No, they don't need to face at this point. They don't want to give any sort of entrance onto either site. They don't want to give away any weapons either at this point, because then it would allow a save to happen from Homeless as well as this op. Maybe now they'll go for a little bit hunt. Now they know it's just Laski, and now they know he has that op, and here comes the teleport. Everyone is going to be having a little hunt. It's like an Easter egg hunt at this point, but where is it going to be? Is it in a bush? Is it around the corner? It is going to be around the corner. He misses the shot, and Relyks gets the 3K. Laski loses the op, and that is a massive kill for Cloud9. Because it means now going into this round, Homeless won't have the money to buy up an op.
Rough goings for Homeless so far. Cloud9, though, picking up the momentum from where they left off against their game, or in their game with the Immortals yesterday.
Okay. Superman's opted to go for just half armor to ensure that Laski can have the op. Superman not having the rounds that we saw from him yesterday. 2 and 9.
And I think that this game really just opens up if Superman can start to frag out the way that we would see him do. But when you're pushing like that, there's not a lot of options. And Mitch just ends Superman there. So his unfortunate run continues on Bind. all stacked up on the garden. Gaskin. Relyks has an orbital strike. No, I think he's just going to wait this one out. And more stall. If they do commit, though, he still has that orbital strike to just delay them a little bit more and give TenZ and Mitch time to get around. But they have pulled away some utility. Perhaps they're going to debate whether or not they... And this is the conversation they're having here. All right, let's see if we can get a look around. We have 40 seconds. We got to start acting fast. If dephh gets a kill, maybe they start moving quickly by A. This is just to mostly get some indication as to what's going on here. Mitch now going to have to deal with this, and he does so swimmingly. So the call has been made. Unfortunately, though, Mitch is waiting for them right at short.
They had the debate, and they went for the debate, GB. They've gone for the TP, but with only 20 seconds left, orbital strike's going to slow them right down. And now they have to absolutely peg it to B site if they're going to get this one down. It's going to be so difficult to get through hookah. Only 5 seconds to actually get there. I don't think he's going to get the plant. This is going to be so close. Fractions,
yeah,
okay. He's just got it.
He got it. Oh. That was a little squeaky bum time there, Gaskin, but it works out, albeit in a not the best way possible. Both players are going to be coming from the defender side, so Laski will be okay in the angle that he's watching. Look out for Poised, and I think Laski's going to be the one that should make first contact before he swings, and there you go. Nicely done there for Homeless. They get themselves a win, and that was a little bit all over the place, if I'm being honest with you. Just from the start, supamen getting picked off. I mean, shout out to dephh for getting that frag in the market and giving them the indication to start the push, but there was still one more player there waiting. It was everything just went wrong there, and it still managed to come out on top.
But I like the quick decision making, the quick thinking to just retreat to either site, go for the teleport, and then straight back to the B site. Would they have gone for that if there wasn't the orbital strike that was blocking them going onto the site? Maybe not. But very good and quick decision making there out of Homeless, and they needed that round. Now it gives them the chance for potentially a 7-5, which is definitely still manageable going into their defensive half. And they had a very strong defensive half when we saw them against T1. That's where they really won their game. It's a very even attacking half for them when they only found the 6 rounds against T1, so 5 rounds here wouldn't be the end of the world.
And they have a whole mess of ults available, Gaskin. Use them all. Use everything. Crush through that hookah wall and start to just rain death and destruction down on your opponents. But unfortunately, though, Shinobi gets a kill on Laski while he was trying to fire in the hole. Doesn't end up happening. TenZ is going to be picked up on the defensive side. And this 7-4, 7-5 is looking a little bit more likely here, given that they're going to be playing in a 4v2. Relyks so on the flank. Look out for him. He has been known to clutch out a few in the past. Now it's just going to be all up to him in a 1v3. Back here by elbow, smoked out. No real options, needs to wait for this smoke to dissipate, which it will in a few moments. And then once that does, the fireworks will begin. Doesn't expose himself to hookah, has to check so many corners, and Poised will get that. 3 kills for Poised.